Okay, I think being professional is inhuman. I think it really sucks. Yeah, everybody wants to be professional. You work in organizations and you call people, customer service. Everybody wants to be very professional. Oh, he didn't work perfect. God. That's not human to me. That's not acting natural like yourself, and it makes a lousy day for everybody. If you're trying to act at something that it isn't you naturally, man, then you're worrying. You worry about somebody and accounting to somebody, and you're gonna make a mistake and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, and then the person on the other side just hears a robotic message, almost like you reading some script. Oh, have a nice day. Well, this recording this call maybe all this kind of stuff. You know that people are just saying things because somebody put them in their brains, and I find myself even talking to these kind of people from large corporations. I get so angry at them. Comcast that screwed me up 13 times, and you get some person on the other line who has to just follow some script and not relating to what your problem really is, because they're not allowed to, right? So they're having a lousy day because they can't be yourself, and when I call these people, I'm having a lousy day because I'm not talking to a human rational person. It's somebody just following a script and doesn't care. And so it's just no wonder people want to go home at 4 or 5 o'clock every day, because it's not natural what they're doing, And so maybe large organizations are worried about people, suing them or something like that if they don't sue them. And man, you don't have to be professional. You just have to be nice, That's what I think it's all about. It's when somebody calls you up, you're natural and nice, not professional, and follow all the rules and all this kind of stuff. Man, that puts people into situations that they're not comfortable in, And you're not reacting like a normal human being. You're acting like some robot. Pretty soon robots will be taking over the jobs, and then we could have them be professional. But human beings aren't that way. We have quirkiness and weirdness and everything. And if we can't show it all, man, then we're not natural. And if we're not natural, then we can't grow. It's like asking a petunia to be a sunflower or something like that. We have to be what we are. And I think that's more lovable, that other people relate to exactly what you are. You're trying to be something else. People can't relate to that. So screw professional. All you have to do is be nice. Okay, do you realize that you and 24 million, that's million convicted felons in this country, could start a business right now with no money, no background check, and no credit check? Isn't that amazing? I hate lumping it all together, but it's true, no matter who you are. And I'm thinking about, relating it to people with felony convictions. Is that, gosh, you know how hard it is to get a job like that. I was listening to a guy, went to a reception for the Washington, D.C. Choral Arts Society, and they gave a humanitarian award to this fellow called Brian Stevenson. God, he's a terrific guy. He's a lawyer who won some recent cases of the Supreme Court that eliminates giving life sentences to juveniles. He gets people off of death row and everything. And he's really fighting for the justice system, or against the justice system, or whatever, how it hurts poor folks, and minorities and people like that who don't have a fair shot in the system. And so what he did is... he got an award, but I was thinking about that. Gosh, and the data. Then I start looking at data at this stuff. And there are 24 million adults in this country with felony convictions. 24 million. And also that made up 25 of black adult population has felony convictions. 25% of all adults in the black community have felony convictions. In the non-black community, it's only 6%. Man, we have a prison industrial complex in this country. That's insane, it seems. Now, here's some other statistics that are interesting about prisoners in the United States. We're putting people in prison for anything. Now here's a listing of the prison population in the world. And I only have the top countries in this list that you see there. We're number one. Man, we're number one again. America is number one in prison population. Isn't that amazing? China is number two. I mean, we have like 2 million, over 2 million people in the prisons today. Man, that's expensive. I mean, the last time I heard it cost like $25,000 a piece to keep people in prison. You go to Harvard or something like that. China, Russia. And then next to that listing of the top number of people, that's absolute number, just count heads in prisons. The number next to that is more significant because it's how many people per 100,000 citizens are in jail. So we have like almost 1,000 per 100,000 that are in jail. China, which has over 1.5 million people in jail, that only reps 100. So we're putting our number is 778. China is only 100. I would think like everybody goes to prison in China. They're locking up people left and right. It seems like that, for anything. You look at people cross-eyed, But man, we're way above them. And Russia is the closest thing to us. They're 600, but we're still ahead. And nobody, Russia with 600, us with 700 and some, everybody else is way down 200 or less. Nobody. I mean, it's amazing how we put so much energy and wasted talent and things like that in our prison system. Look at, Japan has 62. The number. And that's not absolute, that's per 100,000 people. They have 62 people in prisons. We have 778. Man. So it's just amazing. And see, with that kind of record and background check, there's another report here by nonprofit organizations that they estimate there's 65 million people who can't apply for jobs because the numbers I gave you were for felony. That's 24 million people, felony. But if you look at misdemeanors too, that's less than a felony. All the big corporations, so many of them, it shows in this report that they don't want anything like that. So all these big employers, it says right on their applications, no exceptions, no misdemeanors and or felonies of any type ever in your background, and do not apply with misdemeanors or felonies. Man, and these are companies, big-time companies. Listen to it. Bank of America, Amarak. I mean, they have 250,000 people. Lowe's, 230,000 people. Accenture, 180,000 people. Domino's Pizza, 170,000 people. Just because this is even a misdemeanor. It could be a traffic fine for all you know. A serious traffic fine. You get a misdemeanor. So this is, and see, to me what's important about this is our internet economy and the gig economy that is creating all the new jobs. They don't care about background checks, good or bad, but it makes more opportunity, makes a level field. Like the Stevenson guy, he says, the cure to poverty is not wealth, it's justice. So if you're out trying to get a job, get money for business or anything like that, and just because of something that happened in your background, they won't let you play. Or your bad credit won't let you play. Now on the internet, man, that's right. No matter who the hell you are, there's 74 million people, or actually 65 million people now in that other data, could get this money to get a job, get this money to start a business or whatever, because they don't ask about background check. That's what's so neat about the internet that's going on now. It just throws all that out the window. If you go to the bank, they're not gonna lend you money, or most likely. I mean, they can, even on SBA loan money, but it's going to be hard to sell. And actually, even a bank loan, if you don't have a lot of money, they're not going to give you a loan anyway, no matter if you have a misdemeanor or felony. Banks are usually for people who don't need money. So that's even silly. And even some of the new websites, the platforms, that they have where you get jobs like TaskRabbit. They do background checks, things like that. So if you have that felony conviction or whatever, something like that, you're probably SOL, on that. And see, this is where the new jobs are coming. It's sort of things like Airbnb. I mean, this is a platform. 5 years in business. There's 1 million people making money off of that platform. There are hotels that people use in their homes and things like that, and extra apartments, hotels. But they're not creating jobs, they're creating income opportunities that's flexible and better and things like that. So all these new kinds of things that are happening on the internet is a whole different economy than the old-time economy of getting traditional jobs and things like this. And this is the growth area in our economy. And that is less likely to require background checks or credit cards. Like Kickstarter and crowdfunding. There's like 1,000 crowdfunding sites already out there, that generate money for people to start any kind of business. You fill out that form, it takes maybe a couple hours or whatever, as long as it takes you to set up that website for free. For free, that's right, for free. No credit check, no financial statements, nothing. You just have to explain well enough what the heck you need money for and what you're going to do with it, And that's what's neat. Now, here I have an interview of a fellow who was a thug. He's a self-admitted thug. He said he was, stealing and hurting people and robbing and, drugs and everything. And he's like 22 years old. He decided, hey, he's got to quit this. He went on one of these crowdfunding sites and got $8,000 to do a rap. He wanted to sing raps. He was able to raise $8,000. I mean, this stuff isn't instant. You don't just put up a website and people throw you money. There's work involved, but it doesn't take knowing something. It doesn't take, a sock full of money. It doesn't take a clean police record. It doesn't take a credit check. It doesn't take all that. It's all the other stuff. It takes hard work, sure. Everything does in life, but you got to get a chance to play. And that's the justice part of it. You got to get a chance to play. And this crowdfunding money, I mean, I tell you, it's amazing. That's right. People need money for start a business or anything, or start a nonprofit. I mean, see, not only is it free, there's no income requirements too. Like, you get money and it doesn't matter how much you make or little you make. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to ask you that. There's no credit check. You keep the money forever. There's no complicated forms or business plans, lawyers or accountants. Like if you had to go to a bank or do a business plan, I don't know. It's fast. In 60 days, it's all over. You know what happened, and if you have to do it again or not. You don't have to put up with fat cat gatekeepers, some guy with a cigar or a woman with a cigar, whatever, saying, hey, that sounds like a dumb idea. They don't know. You go to the public. The public tells you whether you have a good idea or not, and whether they want to support you in doing that. And also, it's a better guarantee for your ultimate success because you're going to potential customers. You go on these things and what you say, hey, I'm going to make this thing. I'll have it next year. You want to buy one now, basically. Yeah, that sounds good. I think we should have that in this country. I'll send you $100 and you send it to me when you got it. That's what it is. That's the kind of deal. Who would think? You can't go into a store and say, yes, Macy's, give them money and say, I'll come back next year for the sweater. No, but people do that on the internet. That's amazing. And so it's a better way to find out if your idea is worth it or not before you invest time in really filling a garage full of products. And then you get customers, future customers, to give you the money to build the products. So then you don't have to get it some fat cat, a bank or whatever that you probably can't get it from, where you would build the products and then hope to sell it. You sell it first. And then you don't have to worry if you're going to sell it or not, because now you got the money from the people. Now you're going to make the products and they're willing to wait. Terrific. They're now giving out more money, like artists get more money from kicks from these crowdfunding sites than the National Endowment of the Arts. So it's a growth thing in our country. So that's why whether you're a convicted felon or just have a shitty job you want to get rid of, yeah, it's open now. The main sites out there now are Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe, Fundraiser, it's a little funny spelling, Conquistador, Crowdit, a couple of these other, Funder, Hut, CommunityFundit.com. So there's a whole bunch out there, and there's more. We have if you go to Lesko video ebooks. We have video ebooks that describe this process a lot more if you're interested. But just don't spend money, to some consultant who says, oh, we'll know how to make you $1 zillion on this. No, you don't need to do that. You could figure out all yourself. And so that's in raising money. Now, another place you could do, no matter who you are, is have a store. You could sell your services. You could sell products, the junk you want to get rid of, or whatever. And that costs you nothing. And you don't have to, go and get a lease or anything like that. You could get your store in the biggest mall in the world and cost you nothing. These websites that attract millions and millions of people all day, you can have a store on these websites. Things like Amazon, Etsy, ETSY, eBay, all these things. I'm selling my suits I don't use anymore on eBay. You go on eBay now and set it up for free, and it's so easy. You don't have to know how to do it. And any of this stuff on the internet, another thing, if you're confused about it, again, don't hire a consultant to help you. Check out your public library, see if they offer services. A lot of public libraries now will sit down one-on-one and help you walk through these places that help you set up stores for free. See, there's no charge on anything. They just take a percentage of what you may eventually sell. Now, Etsy, I've been interviewing a lot of people who use that now. People that hate their job, people that want to do something else in life. And this woman is making tablecloths and putting artwork on tablecloths and selling them. And just started a whole new career like that. That's all you need. Some kind of product, whatever. I'm doing an ebook, and I have an ebook at Etsy too. Now again, when they're on here, then you have to figure out how to market it, because there'll be some traffic coming in, it may or may not help. But all that marketing, you'll learn by trial and error, but you try it. If you're only gonna learn something if you try it. Like learning to walk, you gotta fall on your butt 100 times. So you have eBay, you have Etsy. eBay, God, they sell cars on eBay. Car parts, anything. You can grab, you could go to like the government auctions and find all this stuff, at auctions in the government and put on eBay and just sell it. You go to like, I don't know if you know, Alibaba is a biggest website in China, and they have all these cheap goods that are made in China, like $1. You get socks and things like this. It's wonderful. I buy a lot of stuff there. Well, you can find stuff there and then sell it for like 3-4 times the price on your store, things like that, because people aren't looking like you are. And so that's why there's so many ways you could take other people's stuff that they don't want, and share the money. If you have a buddy who has a store, know somebody, go down the store. Hey, I'll sell some of these goods on eBay, and if I sell them, I'll share the money with you. It's going to take effort on your part, but not out of pocket money. Speak of. He's getting you the product. You're finding out how to set it up on eBay and doing that. And so there's no credit check, no background check, for all these. And see, this is where our country's growing, and all these kinds of services, because the other ones are shrinking. So you have your services. Like you could go on Mechanical Turk and make money, because that's a place where people go, have websites and need somebody to actually use their brain, like pick out the 5 things that have color red, and there's 100 of them coming over every day. So they'll pay you X dollars, whatever it is, to do that anywhere on your laptop, your phone, or whatever, and they pay you. You don't have to worry about being paid, because these are big organizations that have the platform or whatever. You could be a customer service right on your iPhone or Android or whatever kind of phone you have. Doesn't matter. They've switched the call to you, and you're there, and you're making money no matter where you are. And see, what all these jobs are is that only when you want to work. You go out and get a part-time job delivering pizza or something like that. That person wants you there every day from 5 to 10 o'clock at night or something like that. Because he's going to run that business. But when it's virtual and run like on platforms, if you're going to take it, fine. If not, they go to the next guy and they take it. So it doesn't matter. So you have flexibility in your life. And it's not enough money, okay, you don't take that. You wait for the next one, And that's what's neat. It gives power to you as an individual. But more than anything, it's an opportunity, and these are where the jobs are growing. You're looking at the classified ads in regular places, they're shrinking. These are the ones that are growing. And know whether, and if you have a felony conviction or anything, it doesn't matter. Well, I mean, with convictions, I'm sure some of them, like I think they're running in trouble with Uber drivers now. But even still, kind of Uber drivers, you don't even have to have a car to be an Uber driver. These people are making $70,000, $80,000 a year, as taxis, which aren't regulated kind of thing. And you could rent a car for a week or a week at a time, no investment, and make enough money to pay for that and make a living, And there's services, that's why there's so many options in life. Or places like Upwork, that's another one. You put your services there on what you will do. You'll answer phones. You'll be customer. You'll make outward calls. Maybe set up appointments for some lawyer or something like that, or some store that sells Venetian blinds, and you do it just when you want to. Things like that, and it's all online. So you got to learn that system. So that's Upwork. In other words, Fiverr. Man, you can sell your services there. All kinds of crazy things, like you'll sing a song for your somebody's wedding or something like that, or it's just all the crazy things that people will do for $5. Go on there, see Fiverr, Fiverr.com, how people are making money doing that, And maybe it's serious things. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you do something on the computer you do well. It doesn't have to be high tech. It could be low tech. It could be shining shoes for all I know. There's just everything out there. Elance is another one. And even old Craigslist, that's been around for a while, but that's still opportunities. That it's not the normal place that people are looking anymore. But what's neat about these things is your own time. These are flexible jobs. Everything now, and they're websites that drive traffic. Before we had all these platforms and websites that people looking for help, you had to go out and bang on doors. If you had a little business, you had to go out and find customers somehow. You put something at Walmart, at the grocery store on the bulletin board or whatever, put little classified ads. Well, these are big things. Like if you want to babysit for animals, a pet sitter in your own home. People are making $30,000, $40,000 a year just having an extra dog or two most of the time. Wow. See, and they bring the customers in. They handle all the complications. You don't have to know accounting. You don't have to be, legal stuff or anything, because a platform handles all this stuff. So all the pain in the butt of having a business that we keep a lot of people from doing is taken over by somebody. All they have is a website that handles all that nonsense, and you do the hard work, and you're going to do work trying to get customers too. And that's what it's all about. But all the little nonsense in the like you're a handyman. They want for handyman, one for caretakers. You want to take care of people in the area or whatever. Whether seniors or kids or anything like movers, they have a special one. You want to deliver stuff. Man, there's so many. There's delivery services just for lunches at Washington. There's delivery service. You can drive lunches and make money. Or now local stores are competing with Amazon and things like that. You call up the store and they deliver it. But no, it's freelance people like you who make extra money, doing that kind of thing. So there's so many more ways to do that. And these part-time are just a lot more flexible than ever before, and that's what the internet's doing. We're sharing our resources a lot more efficient. That's why they call it the shared economy. So no matter who you are, look at these sources, check out if you need more information about it, check out LeskoVideoEbooks.com. But more importantly, man, if you're Googling this stuff, so you're not going to find the good stuff just Google, I need help to make money or something. You're going to find people selling you stuff, selling you business opportunities or selling you money. Anybody who's selling you stuff, keep away. Anything like that, particularly for getting a job, unless you got a lot of money and you got nothing to lose, fine. That's up to you. But if you don't spend money, and be careful with Google. You're not going to find the good stuff. You're going to find people who want to sell you something because they pay lots of money to get on the first page, so you only see them and not the free stuff. Man, man, are all the food chain stores going to be pissed when they hear about this website? It's called Ripe Near Me, and that's right near .me, not .com or something like ripenear.me. Yeah, and this is where to get fresh fruit and vegetables near your home for nothing, or certainly a lot better, faster, cheaper than you could get at the grocery store. And also, it's a way to earn income in your backyard by growing fruits and vegetables, or whatever, wherever you get some land. There's so much urban farming going on now, and people, growing fruits and vegetables in your backyard. Well, this is like an Uber platform for people who want to give fruit away, sell food away, or whatever, when. And it's a great looking site too. It's so easy to use. I looked around where I live in Maryland. Man, there's a dozen places or whatever where you get cherries for free. And the guy said, "Hey, there's a map how to get there, whatever. Just come and pick as much as you want." Others, the great cucumbers for like $1 a pound or whatever it is. I mean, it's just wonderful stuff. And it's grown, it's fresher and better and whatever that you could get at this food store. And people are growing more. Man, we're starting a garden in the backyard. My son is really into organic farming and everything, so it's going to be better stuff. And then if we have more, we'll put it on the website and make some extra money. So it's a way to extra money. See, that's what's so neat about platforms, what's going on the internet. It's putting things together. This is the shared economy concept. So if I have something here and I can make some other money, instead of me going around every house on that block or whatever, man, I go to a website. People want food, go to that website. So they're getting millions of people a day coming. All the marketing is done for you. That's the problem with starting any kind of business, is getting a customer. You're not in business till you get a customer. So now with the internet, there's more what they call platforms, where customers are coming and looking for stuff. So you just have to get your stuff on that platform. Like everybody goes to Amazon now to buy stuff. So if you have something to sell, you want to go to Amazon, because if you're not there, it's like having a store, that's back in some alley that nobody will ever find, instead of being in the mall where you have millions of people coming by your store every day, right? But see, on the internet, that's free. If you put a store in the mall, that's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You put it on Amazon, nothing. But still, millions of people are coming by and have a chance to buy for you. That's what's so neat about what's going on now. So now, Ripe Near Me. Get food for free. That's better than you get these food chain stores. And that's what's happening in our world. So learn how to use it. Okay, watch this next video, because I think it represents how all of us feel, and what the potential is for all of us to do something a little more exciting in life, and that really connects to our soul versus just making money or whatever. Sure, we have to make money and we have responsibilities, but even you could do what she does, even like on a part-time base. Doesn't have to be full-time. She had a big job in Chicago, like in music industry. But it just wasn't satisfying her. And actually what she did, she got in a car and was going down a farm, and just to clear out her brain down in southern Illinois or something. And she bought a sewing machine on the way and taught herself how to sew. And now, a couple years later, man, she has this big business, on Etsy, making stuff on her own website, and she's also on Amazon and all these things. See, all these places that you could put up stores, it costs nothing. Put up her soul that she's pouring her heart into every day and loves making that. So like craftsmen 2 centuries ago or whatever, people took pride in their work. Now you're making a zillion products and stamping them out in some machine, and nobody takes pride in that, right? But her heart is in every product, that comes out. She's got a great sized business, growing all the time, control of her life. Her friends are really working around her every day. She loves what she's doing. And God, why can't we all have that? It can, I think, for almost all of us, if not full-time, maybe part-time, and grow to a full-time thing. It could be a retirement plan. You start working and saving and trying to understand how to do that for the long term. Because see, what has happened, is the internet is of a lot of the drudgery of starting your own thing, because they handle accounting, they handle credit cards, they handle even helping you bring customers and all this kind of stuff. And that's what's needed. It's like having your own store without having a store, because it costs, the website nothing to put you on the website. So if you make money, they make money. That's all. If you want to put your products and have a store in the mall, they're selling real estate. So they got to make money whether you're making money or not. Not on the internet. So watch this. Learn how you could start exploring yourself too. Boy, and just start living. Well, Mary Lynn Schroeder. Who cares about the name? It's the website, right? InBlueHandmade.com. Now, where did In Blue come from?
In Blue comes from Bob Dylan's Tangled Up in Blue.
Oh, wonderful. But more importantly, man, I think your story and how you wound up being this big entrepreneur, making leather goods. They're handmade leather goods for people, right? Yeah.
Yes,
and you go in festivals all over the country. You're selling in stores. You're doing special editions of your stuff for companies and everything. And it's all because you hated your normal job in downtown Chicago and you had to get out of there. You got in a car, you bought a sewing machine, drove down to a farm in Illinois, and learned how to sew.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody has a breaking point. My job was pretty cool, even though it was corporate. It was music business, so I apparently really need to be outside of the box.
That was as good as you could get being in the normal box. So
I was still wearing jeans to work, but...
Yeah, you now made your own box, huh?
I did, yeah. We're very lucky. We're in beautiful, mountainous, sunny Western North Carolina, Asheville. Cool little hippie mountain town full of ambitious artists. Yeah. We're very lucky.
No, it sounds delightful. I got to get down there. It sounds like a fun place because everybody's an entrepreneur in that city, isn't they?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
It's great. Even my employees have side companies.
Wow!
Everybody is doing something crazy and new, and it's really phenomenal.
You don't quit your day job. You just keep doing it and start your thing on the side.
Keep going. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Why invest in a 401k when you can invest in something you love to do for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, you better be happy. That's all you got.
But again, you were doing it, just out of your apartment or home or whatever it was for years before. Now you got 4,000 square feet or whatever, and this big, workspace, and you got makers down there and all this kind of stuff, having fun every day. And the most important thing, you just can't wait to get up in the morning to go to work.
Yeah, I love it. I really do love my day. It's pretty incredible. I never thought that could happen. Yeah. I don't think I had pictured that was a possibility, but the ability to be creative and succeed at it is really, it's really something. It never gets old. Even, we sell a couple hundred items a day, but every single time my heart skips a little. I get a little bit excited about it. Somebody wants this thing that we thought up. Somebody wants this thing that we have our hands on. And that's, God, there's no better feeling,
To me, that it's making love. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure. It's like making love to me personally is trying to please somebody else, right?
Right.
So now you're doing that professionally, right?
Yeah.
Not as a professional making love, but with your talent. Like that.
No, 100%.
And you're giving the best you have inside.
Absolutely.
For other people.
Exactly. And that's, we work really hard. We care so much about, every stitch on the item. And I think that's important. And I think the other thing that's so cool about what we do is that the customability that we have. So we make all these leather journals and flasks and things of that nature, but we custom print them for people too. So they can choose their favorite saying or their favorite image or their dog's picture or whatever it is that they're passionate about. They love, the amount of beer making journals we make is insane. So hops and Benjamin Franklin quote about beer or whatever, but it really is kind of special to make a gift that will mean so much to somebody, especially when it comes to the books and writing and journals. That's a really personal thing.
You go into the mall or something and buy some gift that 5 million other people are going to see. And here, that's why I think, businesses like yours are exploding, and it's true they are. I mean, look at Etsy. I mean, they were nothing 5 years ago, and they're billions of dollars already. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's changing too. I think we're going to see a lot of shifts in global marketplaces over the next few years. We've seen so many new ones pop up, and it's so exciting to see all these opportunities for craftspeople. Yes. I mean, this is not something that was an option 10, 15 years ago. I think Etsy is 11 years old right now. They started in 2005. I mean,
but Amazon just started, right?
Amazon has right.
Handmade. Are you on both places yet or not?
We are, absolutely. So you got to roll.
That's not a problem?
Nah, spreadsheets, Excel. I mean, best invention of the century was Excel.
But one doesn't say you have to be exclusive?
No, they can't. They couldn't do it.
I see.
There aren't really enough of us yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you could pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah. So give us I mean, are you high end? Does it cost $500 to get something from you or what?
No. We're cheap. Cheap and easy. No, a book from us is about $30.
Really?
So, right. And that's with all that customization. I think price point's really important. Yeah. When I started the company, I never wanted to sell anything that I couldn't afford that day. And that day I was pretty broke. So, you want to be able
Butter was expensive that day.
Yeah. It's more important to me. I mean, the items that we make and sell are so utilitarian, like a book that you're going to write in or a bag that carries like heavy items. Like everything is structurally really sound and it's meant to be lived in. So, we are not really the 1%. We're everybody else, and we want to make sure that we can sell to everybody else,
Oh, you're a delight, and your spirit is wonderful. I'm so glad you found a way to release it to the rest of us. And to share that spirit and joy, and it'll be so much nicer getting a wonderful gift from somebody with such a spirit like you instead of going into Walmart and getting from somebody whose spirit is in some town in China that'll they're making 10 million.
Yeah, my employees are pretty happy here. Our team's pretty happy. No one's in too hazardous of work conditions. Our biggest fight is over which radio station to listen to.
And you were saying that all your employees, you got almost a dozen now, that they all sort of love each other and help each other and everything. So I can come working for you and feel loved just like at home because someone.
You should come spend a day. Yeah, you should. We'll teach you to do some leather work.
Wonderful.
It'll make for great Instagram.
Oh, that'll be great. Well, you're a delight, Mary Lynn. I'm so glad you're there, and I found you to try to share your joy with everybody else. And we find you at inbluehandmade.com. Wonderful. Keep living hard.
Awesome. You too.
Okay, I'm at it again. I got another suit for you. It's actually not so much a suit for you. It's a chance to help libraries that are helping people take advantage of how to make money on the internet. What really upsets me when people go and use Google and they say, oh, how to make money on the internet. Everybody there, when you use Google, on those first couple of pages, there are going to be people selling you stuff, showing you how to do stuff if you give them a lot of money. And you don't have to do that. There's a lot of options in life that we don't know about because the good stuff is not advertised. Like your public library. I mean, there's public libraries now where you could go in and sit, and they'll sit down with you on the computer and help you set up your own business, whether like on eBay. Like this is on eBay for that. The money you spend to get one of these, or the only one, it's one of my old question mark suits. I'm retiring it. And it's for you to help me give money to the library. And all the money goes to the library so they could provide more free services like this and help people know their options in life than all these hucksters that are on the internet trying to get money from you to improve your life. You don't have to do that. See, but the good stuff is not advertised. So help me. Look at how great this is. I mean, this is a real classy thing. I mean, you get this thing and you go outside and and that's why I want people to enjoy life like I do. When I wear these suits outside, God, people just treat me nice. Pretty girls come up up and smile at me, talk to me. Where were they 40 years ago? Would have meant something. You know, that's what I can't get over. I wish I knew this 40 years ago. I'd be wearing these things. You know, now look at the back. This is the pied de resistance, right? Now, when you go out, you know, dancing or just down the street or on the metro or whatever, man, people are gonna smile. See, I used to think things like this would be threatening. You know, like if I wore these things, that I would have to, you know, like prove my masculinity every minute of my life or something. But no, it makes even the big muscle guys melt. And they just go by and say, hey, cool, dude. You the man. And they don't even know me just because I wear this, man. Life is terrific. And it just takes a little inch of a step into something uncomfortable. And when you do that, man, oh, it's not uncomfortable, it's cool. It makes you feel much better. So try one, because if you try one and get out there and do this, you're helping other people. And that's why, not only spreading the joy when you do this, but helping people to go to public libraries and get what they need on the internet, because that's where the world is growing. And if you want to grow in this country anymore, man, you got to use that sucker and learn how to use it. And there's librarians that are really cool, and they help you do it one-on-one. Not some fat cat consultant's going to charge you a couple $100 to do that. No, this is free. So go to eBay, okay, and search for Matthew Lesko ? Yeah, and come on, help me help the libraries, okay? eBay, handmade Matthew Lesko ? Handmade Matthew Lesko ? Now! It's like an infomercial, isn't it? And you order now, you get something free! Okay, watch this next interview, because here you'll see a guy who found a business that suits his lifestyle, and he's sharing the joy with others. I went down and interviewed this guy right at his place. And God, he's a great guy, but the business is so much fun. And then he started with next like nothing. Actually, he was a chef and wasn't having a whole lot of fun, I guess, being a chef, because they work the hell out of you, you know, in a lot of kitchens. And so he had to move back from California back to Washington, D.C. with his wife, because she had a big job here. And so he was looking for something. He was doing a little chefing and stuff like that. But he signed this business where he throws art parties. And they're really conversation and fun things. He gets a young, kind of struggling artist to put on a show, but to help people do art. He gives you an easel and, you know, a bunch of paint and somebody to help instruct you. And so it's a dating thing. And he serves wine and food and beer and everything like that. And people, you know, spend money to come do that. And then buy wine and beer. And see, what's neat about it, me able to do it without any money, because he's using someone else's space. You know, a bar that has a bunch of space that they don't use all the time, so he uses their space. You know, it's better than buying and renting a place with a big lease. Or he puts it in, he has the parties in people's offices, you know, and they have like parties where the people in the office bound, you know, bound, I don't want to say bound, binding parties, you know, where they get together, you know, team building stuff. So instead of spending millions of dollars on Outward Bound or something like that, they have team building parties where people all do artwork together, and they paint. You know, they're painting the Eiffel Tower, and the artist is helping them all do that. And it's great disco music and drinking wine and having fun, man. So you're throwing parties for people. They're giving you money. They're having fun, man. Because everybody's a lousy job they hate all day, and they can't wait to get out. Plus, he uses things like Groupon. See, that's a place where you can advertise. They get half the money, which is fine. What the heck? If Groupon gets half the money, you don't care. Yeah. Because it's just like if your book was in a bookstore. So they're getting you a customer. Give anybody half the money, you know, if they give you a customer. Because that's what retail is. If you make clothes and put them in a store, the store's going to get half the money. You know. So anybody's going to give you customers. But that's the way to get customers without soaking your own dough. You know. That's why I made bunches of money on TV and everything like that, because I wasn't buying ads. I thought, boy, I wasn't smart enough to know how to buy ads so they were profitable. But I know if I gave an ad to a TV station and they had, nothing else to run because nobody was paying, they'd put my ad on and I'd give them half the money or whatever they made. See? And that's what you have to do, is eliminate the risk. So you're making money and you learn, and everybody else is out there helping you make money. And you could do it with nothing. So watch this.
I'm Alaba J. Francis.
Alaba, what was that?
Alaba J. Francis.
Alaba J?
Yes, sir.
How do you spell that, Alaba J?
ALABAJE.
Great.
But you can call me AJ.
AJ, well that sounds a lot easier, doesn't it? Anyway, what's going on back here? Man, this is cool.
Well, this is where you can paint, drink, and eat and have a great time. Uncorked art.
Uncorked art.
Yes.
So really the philosophy seats, I've been here about a half hour or something, watching the people come in. I mean, everybody comes in really tight as hell. They had some shitty bureaucratic job downtown, right?
Absolutely.
And they just, you could feel the stress just leaving these people, right?
Absolutely. Once you come through those doors, leave the stress at the job.
Right. And so you get them to paint something, whether they're a painter or artist, doesn't matter what the hell they are, right?
Absolutely. This helps to push it forward.
So this is a business though, that you're a chef, is that what you did before?
Yes, I originally started off as a chef.
Yeah.
And found something else more interesting and more fun, and here I am.
Right. So I mean, did this take a bunch of money to start, or did what?
No, it actually took a great idea and creative thinking to get it going.
So like here, you're like on the top of some bar or something like that, right?
Absolutely.
So
it's 3 levels. The bottom level is another bar, restaurant, and we basically sublease to them.
Wow.
Creative
So you didn't have to go out and get your own space or anything?
No.
Somebody there? Right. Well, that's terrific. So, so now you don't have to go to some pain in the ass job either.
Hey, I work for myself now.
That's a terrific. Wow. But it's really, people come, they pay money to come and sit with a group of people who are all trying to get rid of their stress.
Absolutely.
And just put anything on the canvas they could think of.
Absolutely. They're here to look for new friends, old friends.
I'll tell you what,
Something new to do.
you're on top of a bar here,
Yes.
and all the chicks are up here. Right. So this, I mean, why spend money at a bar downstairs when you could be here? I mean, the women outnumber the guys too. Men, what are men afraid to do this? I mean, they make an ass of ourselves downstairs in the bar. They could do that here too, right?
Hey, you got 2 left hands and you can still come up here and do something. So I encourage the fellas to get up here. All the ladies are up here.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the way thing. So this is just an idea that came out. It's not somebody's franchise or anything. You just had a dream about it.
Right. No, my wife and I, we participated in a similar art class, and we just thought, hey, it would be great with these extra added bonuses to it.
I see.
And people
right.
loved it.
Yeah. But now, actually, you found other avenues or venues besides your own place for this is Friday nights,
Absolutely.
7 o'clock. But you're in organizations doing it. How does that work?
Absolutely. Well, we come out to your establishment, whether it's a government facility. We've been at the FBI. We've been at the Navy facilities.
Really?
We actually are partnering with local wineries also.
Wow.
And we're taking a trip on this Sunday coming up, actually. And we're going to be at a beautiful winery called Potomac Point Winery.
Wow. So in other words, this is like a team building in the organizations, right?
Absolutely.
So instead of paying $10,000 to go outward bound, and
Absolutely. You come see Uncorked Art and we can get your team together.
and you drink, you have fun. I mean, I remember a book. There was a book years ago, probably before you were born, very popular. Everything I learned in kindergarten. Yeah, and you go into a kindergarten class, you said, who could paint? Everybody puts up their hand, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So we all have it.
We all have it.
It just got beat out of us. You stay in the system long enough and they beat all that fucking creativity out of you, don't they?
So you have to find a way to unlock it.
Yeah, and that's
And we found that way here in Uncorked Art.
Wow, Uncorked Art. How long you been at it?
This is our 5th year. And,
Oh, go out! Terrific! And you're still in business. Man, that is a milestone. That is incredible.
With 0.
Wow, just zero.
Zero. And we kept
Right,
going, and we
got
kept
going.
at it, and we kept at it, chipping away and
That's
chipping
right.
away.
Well, why did this appeal to you more than being a chef?
Because it brought the crowds together. It was a social avenue that, hey, you come and get to know everybody's name.
Yeah. Right, I see. And you could dress like this, to wear those funny. You're an artiste.
I have paint on me. I work with paint.
Well, the staff are wonderful people, and so you get some professional help too about this. I mean, everybody's going around helping other people, your staff.
Absolutely.
So it's not just
step help.
Yeah, and they start with an idea that you do, and I'm looking even from here. I could see, wow. I mean, these people are really doing interesting stuff.
Absolutely.
That they could put on the refrigerator at home. Yeah.
You can gift it to mom and pop.
Exactly.
Hey, just because they're older, it doesn't mean moms can't put it on the refrigerator.
Exactly, right. But more importantly, I mean, the camaraderie, you're drinking a bottle of wine with somebody,
Absolutely.
That's going to be
somebody
more.
that you may see on the train later.
Yeah.
Down the week, and hey, I saw you at Uncorked Art. You just made new friends.
But it must be a joyful feeling to go to work every day knowing that you're helping folks. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. We try to stay in the underserved communities and hire those who need to be hired, and we're trying to help the economic community also. We know that we are part of the community, and it's up to us to help the community grow.
Well, that's what it's all about, helping to. And I think what's so neat about giving is it's selfish. It feels so good, doesn't it?
Very selfish.
It feels good.
Very rewarding. It feels very good.
Well, thanks for educating us about. God, anybody can do something like this if you have the desire, right?
Yes, the desire and a glass of wine.
Right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Matthew.
Right, so it's uncorked.com. Is that how to find you?
Uncorkedart.com.
Oh, uncorkedart.com.
No ED.
No. Great, thank you so much.
Thank you, Matthew.